To make this jacket, you need 400 grams of the beige, 400 grams of blue, and 700 grams of the main color, of the brown, of the dark brown. Scissors, a 6mm crochet hook, and a yarn needle. The recommended needle for this yarn is 9mm. To show you how to make this jacket, I will make smaller pieces to see better the shape of the jacket, and I will make a medium size. So let's go with a step by step. You will have to make those pieces for the jacket. You need 50 squares and 2 triangles. The back is 4x4 squares, 6 pieces the sleeves, 8 pieces the hood, 7 squares the front, and 1 triangle on each front. So 50 squares, 2 triangles. To make the video, I will use squares of 2 rows. To make the jacket, you have to make squares of 4 rows. I used 3 colors, 2 colors to combine on the first rows, and the last row, you have to make the last row of each square using the same yarn. Here you can see the jacket, you can see the beige and the blue yarn, and the brown yarn around all the squares. To make the square, you have to start with a magic ring, chain 3, in the magic ring you have to make 2 double crochet, making the first group of 3 double crochet. Counting the chain 3 as a double crochet. You have to chain 2, and in the same circle, you have to continue making another group of 3 double crochet. So you have to make 3 double crochet, you have to make 1 corner. To make the corner you have to chain 2, another group of 3 double crochet, another corner, the last group of 3 double crochet, and make the last corner with chain 2. You have 4 groups of 3 double crochet, 4 corners, and you have to make a slip knot with the 3rd chain. You finished the first row. We have to take the following color, place the new color, you have to chain 3, and on the previous space of chain 2 you have to make a group of 3 double crochet, counting the chain 3 as the first double crochet. So you have to make 2 double crochet, chain 1. We only have to chain 1 between the groups of 3 double crochet when we are not at the corner, and we have to make 1 corner at the next chain 2 space. To make a corner, you have to make 3 double crochet, chain 2, and on the same space you have to make 3 double crochet again. So the corner is a group of 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. Chain 1, we have to separate the group when we are not at the corner. The group separated by chain 1 and make another corner at the other side. Remember, 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. Chain 1 and 1 corner at the other side. Repeat the same to make the 3rd corner. Once we have the 3rd corner, you have to chain 1 and you have to complete the 1st corner. You have to make 3 double crochet at the same space that we started, chain 2 and make 1 slip stitch in the 3rd chain of the beginning of the row. We completed the 2nd row of the granny square. We have to take again the yellow color. You have start with chain 3, on the previous space of the previous chain 2 space, you have to make 3 double crochet, counting the chain 3 as the 1st double crochet, so 2 double crochet, chain 1, a group of 3 double crochet on the next chain 1 space, chain 1, remember only chain 1 when we are not at the corner, and now we have to make 1 corner. Remember, 3 double crochet, chain 2, because we are at the corner, 3 double crochet on the same space. Chain 1, make a group of 3 double crochet in the next space, chain 1 and make 1 corner again, 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. Once you have the 3rd row, you have to start the 4th row. Remember, to make the row number 4, you have to use the main color. In this case, you have to use the brown color. Now I'm taking the blue color to show you how to make the square. Chain 3. In the previous chain 2 space you have to make a group of 3 double crochet. Chain 1, one group of 3 double crochet on the next chain 1 space. Chain 1, another group of 3 double crochet. Chain 1 and make a corner. Remember, a group of 3 double crochet. Chain 2 because you are at the corner, and another group of 3 double crochet at the same space. And continue making groups of 3 double crochet separated by chain 1, and at the corner you have to make 2 groups of 3 double crochet separated by chain 2. Repeat the same to the end of the row, complete the last corner and make 1 slip stitch to close the square. You can now cut the yarn. Here you can see the granny squares of 4 rows. Now I'm going to show you how to make the triangle, how to make a half of a granny square. To make it you have to make a magic ring, chain 3, chain 1, in the magic ring a group of 3 double crochet, chain 2 to make the corner, 1 group of 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 1 double crochet. Pull the yarn. You have to cut the yarn, in this case the yellow yarn. And place the next color at the 3rd chain of the beginning of the previous row. You have to chain 3, chain 1 to separate the double crochet, that is the chain 3, and the group of double crochet. You have to make a group of double crochet between the chain 3 and the group of 3 double crochet of the previous row. Here a group of 3 double crochet, chain 1 because we are not in the corner, and here you have to make 1 corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet at the same space. Chain 1 and you have to make a group of 3 double crochet between the group of the previous row and the double crochet. Here you have to make the 3 double crochet, chain 1 and 1 double crochet on the double crochet of the previous row. You have to cut the yarn, take again the yellow color and place it at the 3rd chain of the beginning of the previous row. Chain 3, chain 1 to make the separation of the double crochet and the group of 3 double crochet, 1 double crochet between the chain 3 and the group of the previous row, chain 1, a group of 3 double crochet, chain 1, here you have to make a corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 1 group in the chain 1 space, chain 1 and 1 group between the double crochet and the group of 3 double crochet of the previous row. Chain 1 and 1 double crochet on the double crochet of the previous row. Cut the yarn and repeat the same with the last color. Remember, I am using blue yarn, but you have to use the main color. You have to make 50 squares and 2 triangles. Remember that I am making a small sample, so I am making small squares. Here you can see the pieces, the back, the sleeves, the hood. How many pieces do you have to sew to make each part? you have to combine the colors, you have to combine the squares. In this case I'm making the back. And you have to sew the squares with a needle. Place the front with the front and sew, taking only one loop of the square, taking only one loop of the stitch. You have to sew all the squares, making the pieces like the picture. Once you have all the pieces, you have to sew them together. Here you can see the back, the two front parts, the sleeves, and the hood. You have to sew the sleeves. If you think that you have to make the sleeve bigger on the part of the armhole, you can make some rows. You can make a row of double crochet to make it bigger, and then sew it on the bottom part. Sew the sleeves on the sides and sew the sides. Once you finish all the parts, you have to sew the hood. To sew the hood, you have to sew two squares on the back part like this. And then you have to sew one square on the triangle, the two squares on the back part, and the other square on the other triangle. Now I'm going to show you how to make the edge. I will make an edge in all the front part, passing from the front, the hood, the other part of the front, and the back, making one double crochet on each stitch. 1 double crochet on each stitch, making an edge. Once you are at the corner, you have to make a corner like you made with the squares. Chain 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 double crochet. In my case, I made only one row of double crochet at the front part and 3 rows of double crochet at the bottom part. If you want to make the jacket bigger, you can make more rows of squares. You can make the squares with more rows, or you can also make more rows with the double crochet of the edge. You can make what you prefer.